Welcome back, guys, to another Babbling beer review. As promised, back on the hand pull with the long-awaited Bays Brewery's Tracker Ale. Tracker Ale Session IPA. It's finally been released on Bays website. So it's the first of 4 charity beers. I did the same thing last year. This is the first that's on this year. And it's raising funds, this one, for Dartmoor Search and Rescue at Ashburton. So I think it's for every 10p in your pound, like for the pint, goes towards the charity. They did 4 last year and they raised some money for different charities, various charities throughout Devon and down the west. And again, if you look at their site, you'll see that they're going to release a few beers again this year and raise some funds for charity. So this first one, Tracker Ale, as I said, it's for Dartmoor Search and Rescue at Ashburton. Its description is a smooth pale session beer, and it'll help Ashburton Division raise much needed funds to replace its old Land Rover for future rescue missions. So that's good for that in Torbay, Dartmoor and East Devon. So that's what it's for, is to raise money for that. And then they'll have one later in the year, which will be a Funky Monkey, and that'll be in partnership with Paint & Zoo. They do a lot of charity work for Paint & Zoo and raise money for them. I've had a few of the different ones over the years, and all equally enjoyable drink, enjoyable pints. Then you've got later on the copper coloured pale ale. We'll have a cheeky citrus character and fruity hoppy notes. Again, that's Babbling beer review, guys. That's the same. That's the description of the same one, the Funky Monkey. Babbling beer reviews. And then there's a couple of others. The third one will be Chopper Ale, which will come out in July. So they put them on for a couple of months at a time. The Tracker Ale will be on for several weeks now. So if you go onto baysbrewery.co.uk, check out the site. They do it in bottles, so you can order bottles, polypin bags, 10 litre and 20 litres. This one here, 10 litre bag, £30, and some odd pennies down to me from Devon to Cornwall delivered. So for 18 pints isn't bad, as I keep saying about them. They're good. Check them out, Bays Brewery. I say you can get it in bottles, and they're nice beers. So check their website and have a look at what there's on offer. And yeah, then they'll do the Jingle Ale, which is last year. Jingle Ale is their Christmas beer, which they normally do every Christmas anyway. And again, a nice amber beer. So a few things going on for Bays Brewery this year. Again, for a charity brew. I would like to ask them actually about a darker ale, whether they're going to, sort of invest in a dark, a mild or a stout or something, because I think that'd be a nice compliment to their list of beers they already do. They do a lot of lagers and a Devon Cove and Devon Rock and different, like a pale ale. They do a Bays Gold, Devon Dumpling, and then these charity ones, plus Top Ale, which I've obviously reviewed on here previously. So check them out. Nice beers. And fantastic value for money, so you can't go wrong. And they're a family brewery, which is really good. So help support local, local businesses, local to us, but small family businesses. So the big boys don't take them all out. But anyway, without further ado, let's get it poured out. I've had a bit of a break, guys. I've not been on for a week or so. I have done a couple of videos which I've got lined up to put on here, but I haven't got around to had family down for holidays, as I said before in the previous video. So I've been sort of kind of busy with that, and now they've gone back, so back to doing it. But as I say, in the meantime, I've got all the Tracker Ale, and I thought, well, you know me, guys, the ones that watch regular, I'd sooner have a beer off the pump than I would a bottle beer. So any excuse to get a beer on here and have a drink, lovely. So let's settle out, and we'll get on with the taste test. Right, guys, back again. I've got my seat now, so a bit of a comfortable spot for doing the taste test now, see if we think it's any good. So Bays Brewery, as I said, been around since 2007 now. Started by 2 brothers. I think it's Peter and I can't remember his brother's name, terrible, and their friend, brother-in-law Will, I think it is. It's family run brewery. Check them out, Bays Brewery. And Pete's a fantastic guy. Anything, I've asked him, if they've had anything wrong, any problems, they've been quick to rectify it, whether it be incorrect beer that's been sorted, which is rarity. Very rarely happens, but if he does, they are good to put things right. And they do a lot, I say, for local charities. And well worth checking out, guys. Good value for money, as I keep saying, and just an all-round good customer service and good friendly brewery, you know. So check them out. The description for the Tracker Ale, it's a 4.2%, by the way, session IPA. It's a nice sessionable, lovely 4.2. Smooth straw coloured pale ale, pairs UK hops with those of an American variety. Doesn't say how to create a truly tasty session beer. Its tropical fruit and citrus aromas are mysterious as Babbling Beer Reviews are as mysterious as the moorland landscape, with 5% of proceeds, so not 10%, sorry guys, 5% of proceeds go into Dartmoor Search and Rescue Ashburton. So I think last year it was like it was 10p in the pound or whatever it worked out, but so 5% of proceeds from a pint of this will go to the Search and Rescue Dartmoor charity. And as I say, they're beers throughout the year, or well, I charities like the Painting Zoo, you know, they do good things, so well worth checking out, as I keep saying. Babbling on, I do babble. And thank you again to the Beer Monster, my mate out there. Cheers, Adam, for putting me out there a little bit and giving me a few new subscribers. So hopefully, guys, you stay with me and I don't bore the pants off you too much, because I do babble, as Adam did rightly say. I think a lot of it's nerves and anxiety, to be honest, in front of a camera. I don't know why. I do suffer a bit with that, but I do enjoy doing this, you know. I find it quite therapeutic. I think it's drinking the beer, actually. That's what does it. So welcome, guys. Thanks a lot. Thanks for subscribing. I appreciate it. I really do. And hopefully stick around and, you know, we'll look at different beers. I do, you know, bottles and mainly off the pump, really. But most of the beers that I'll get, you can get in bottles from the breweries. Even if you order down here online, a lot of the, you know, they do online sales. So I'm trying to sort of keep beers that you can purchase. Or if you're down this way on holiday and you've heard of the beer on my channel, you might think, oh, I've heard of that one. That Babbler, he talked about babbling about that, and I'll try it myself. So yeah, you know, hopefully it helps people out a little bit. So as I say, it's off the pump, nice golden colour. It is clear. It looks a bit murky on there, to be honest, but I don't know if you can see on the camera, you can see the Guinness. Mainly because I've moved the beer today. It was in the fridge chilling, and obviously it's disturbed a little bit. Normally you get a polypin bag or box, you set it on the side, but you leave it overnight or for 12 hours, or, you know, several hours, and it will settle out, and then you can pour it where you have it. You got a tap in the polypin bags anyway, but I pipe mine onto my beer engine. So I moved it today and I haven't let it settle really. So by tomorrow that would drop clear. Most of Bay's beers are clear beers. So nice golden in colour. They say sort of strawy complexion in it, but yeah, nice white head on it. Oh, it's nice. There's a nice sort of fruity sweetness there. Nice sort of smell of that tropical taste coming through just from smelling it. One thing I normally find with Bay's beers is that they do have a signature taste that runs through their beers. I can't really explain it, I suppose. It's just that they've got their own sort of, you know, it's Bay's. When you've drunk Bay's beers, you know, when you think that is, yeah, it's got that Bay's sort of background tinge to it, which is very nice. So let's give it a whirl and see what we think. It's a very sort of subtle, almost like a fizz, but not carbonated when you drink it. And it's citrusy, but it's not. It's like a nice sort of refreshing, you know, citrus, hoppy. It's a hoppy IPA. It's a hoppy sort of the hoppiness there about it. Nice sort of slightly earthy note in there, and you know, very light malt tasting. You can taste them hops in there. I'd like to know what the American one, it doesn't say what it is, it says American hops mixed, but you can taste that hoppiness. But it's nice, it's refreshing, you know, there's a citrus, sort of a sort of mildly sort of grapey fruit taste there, grapefruit, very, very light though, very refreshing, very nice. And as I say, now we're moving into lighter months. At the end of this month, clocks go forward, that is going to be very nice. That's a nice, if you're out and you're sitting in it, that's nice. Oh, by the way, I pour mine with a sparkler, guys, for those of you that are new. See it laced in the glass there. You don't have to, obviously, it's optional, depending on what part of the country you live in. But I like mine with a sparkler. I just think it just gives it a nice sort of traditional look. I sort of think, you know, as you're pulling it through the swan neck and through the sparkler, through the little holes, it sort of pushes the flavours through, you know, forces it all open so you get a nice taste to it. But at the same time, it's always worth having a pint with it, the sparkler on and a pint with it off, and see, you know, the difference in the flavours. I know there's a mixed feeling about, you know, do you want people that drink, this house down south, or well, down west, but one down south don't have a sparkler on. Up north they do. As I say, it's sort of an ongoing thing, but I do like a sparkler on my beer, so yeah, optional. Babbling again, Babbling beer reviews. There's a nice sort of it's first quench, but at the same time it gives a dryness that you want to just go back in again and drink more. Nice sort of citrusy. There's a bit of a zestiness about it as well. But it's all balanced nice together, and you know, there's nothing sort of coming out from left and thing, and you know, it's just a nice mixture of flavours. You're not going to be sort of overpowered by thinking, oh, that's sort of tainting the other. It's just a nice balanced IPA, and yeah, very nice, guys. So definitely recommend. In the summer, that'd be nice. And I don't know, like I say, it's on for several weeks. All their brews, these charity ones are on, and then you've got your main players like your Devon Dumpling, your Top Sale, and the Gold, Bayes Gold. They're on all the time. Some of these charity ones they do are fantastic, just so they don't add them to their list. I suppose it depends on their facility and how much capacity they've got to brew them, but some of these that are real, you know, sort of knock out of the park beers. They did one several years back called Crocodile, and that was a really nice one. So, you know, it's a shame they can't have them on all the time, but, you know, as I say, capacity and room. So yeah, I've been on for several weeks. Tracker, special charity brew, session IPA, 4.2%. I say check it out on their website. You probably can, you know, the bottles, I don't know what sort of level you can buy them in, but normally they're, you know, you'll get a case of them, I suppose. If you look on there, I think it's 12 bottles, but I don't know, 24 to 30 pounds sort of range. Have a look, check them out. I mean, as I say, when I go to Bayes, I'm straight onto the poly pins. That's what I like from your pump, so each to their own. But yeah, what would I give it out of 10? It hasn't settled out, and I do rate my beers on a hand pump, so I want to give that a 9.5, a 9.5 for that, you know, on that. Most of them say a 10, but I reckon once that comes down a bit in temperature, lose that bit of haze, because it was cold, it probably should drink it a bit. But it's a sort of session IPA, so I don't mind it being a bit more colder and not so much room temperature. But yeah, 9.5, and I dare I say that would be a 10 once it cools a bit and settles down, and I've left it overnight. I'd say so. 9.5 / 10, so definitely worth checking out. Do you get some? Yes, definitely get some. It's worth a look, and I say it's on for a few weeks, so check that out. Yeah, cheers guys. As I say, thanks for tuning in again, and listening to me babble and waffle. And I say thanks again to the new subscribers, And yeah, whatever you're doing, I mean, today actually, what's the day? I don't know what day it is now, I lose track of days. I think last week I had people down, it sort of threw me. It's Monday, so I normally put reviews out at the end of the week, weekend, Friday, but I haven't done one, so I thought, this is new, I'll get it on. Football's on, what better excuse to come out and have a few pints and do a Babbling beer review, you know, away from her, indoors, you know how it goes, guys. So yeah, whatever you do the rest of the week, stay safe, and I'll see you back here soon at the King and Dragon for another Babbling beer review. Check it out, guys. See you later.